and welcome back to another video. So, the Switch 2, 6 months later. Now, I didn't do an initial impressions video on the Switch 2 because, quite frankly, everyone was doing that. Every single fucking person on YouTube was going, oh, here are my impressions of the Switch 2, which, great, but I don't tend to do the same shit everybody else does, because I don't see the point. I don't see the point in talking about crap that everybody else has already covered in ways that, let's be perfectly honest, I didn't have much to say about it. I thought the Mario Kart World was an excruciatingly underwhelming kart racer. I have played better in general this year from older systems. I mean, hell, I picked up fucking Space Race for the PS2, and I think it's a better kart racer. I really, really genuinely do. It's not great, but it's better than Mario Kart World, because Mario Kart World has a whole bunch of problems that really need to be sorted out. Namely, I think its roster is crap. Its roster of maps aren't great. I bought a different racer on the fucking Switch 2 since then that's just a lot better in every single conceivable way. More content, more people, more things to do, more fun, you know? Different, fundamentally different, but works. So, my initial impressions of this weren't great. So, this is the first console I've ever actually pre-ordered. It's the first one I went out of my way and went, right, I'm going to pre-order this. Not including things like, say, the Polymega. I pre-ordered the Polymega because that's the only way you can really feasibly get one. And even then I spent £600 fucking pound on it. Lots of money. And I waited 2 fucking years. 2 years for that system. Hideous. Get up there. This, on the other hand, was 400 quid. Which is not bad. It's okay. The real kicker was £75 for Mario Kart World. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, no game, not a single fucking game on this planet is worth £70. And I paid that for Cyberpunk. Yeah. Well, did I? That was 60. 60 quid I paid for this, which, okay, 70, 75, 80, 100? No. Absolutely not. There's not a single game on Earth that is worth that much. If GTA 6 comes out and it's 100 quid, it will fuck up the sales. It will. No, like, I know everybody's really excited about GTA 6, but any game that is £100 is too much. Unless it's like something really rare or really hard to find. Brand new fucking games for 75 quid? Fuck off. So, no. If I'm perfectly honest with you, getting this at launch, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Don't get a Switch 2 at launch. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. And here's the thing. I then had, one game? So I traded in Mario Kart World like 2-3 weeks ago. Because it was awful. It was crap. It was a shitty experience. And here's the kicker. Every other game that came out for the Switch 2 was a fucking game key card, which is no better than those download in a box ones that they were doing for the Switch one. Waste of plastic, waste of my time, waste of my money, and they're still charging full price. So in grand total, I've had 6 games for this fucking system this year. They're all on the cartridge, and if anybody ever handed me a game key card, I would throw it back in their face and make them choke on it. Because if you're not going to put the game on the cart, what's the point? It's like with Doom the Dark Ages. I didn't buy that this year because it wasn't on the fucking disc. Piss off. I've got one game like that. It's Halo Infinite. And quite frankly, I'm still tempted to get rid of it. In fact, you know what? Just on a principle basis, I'm going to get rid of it. Cyberpunk came out, though, and went, hey, all of it's on the disc. Or all of it's on the cartridge, including the DLC. Now, I had it originally on PS5. That's gone now. I traded that in just strictly because what's the point of keeping it? Waste of time keeping it. So yeah, I got it on here, and I played about 35 hours of it, and I thought it was really good. Still, I still think Cyberpunk 2077 is exceptional. It does a lot right for me, especially for an RPG. I have actually found driving around to be really fun, which is not something I typically do. I don't typically go out in an open world and explore, which is kind of antithetical to that particular genre, but I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not a big open world guy. I'm just not. Never have been, never will be, and that's okay. Then I bought, or more accurately, I had a voucher to put towards Donkey Kong Bonanza for July, and this game is amazing. It's sunk, well over a week, maybe 2, into that, and then I finished it. And then I put this down for 4 months. 4 months. 4 whole months. Wonderful. Lot of time. Lot of fucking time. Until I got these 3. So, yeah. I will freely admit, I bought... Anyway, let me just talk about Donkey Kong Bonanza. Real Wario World vibes. I don't know why. It just gives me Wario World vibes. It reminds me of that game so much. It's a third-person platformer based around a Mario-adjacent character who doesn't typically get 3D platformers. There's, like, underground dungeons that you have to break into as well. Very similar to Wario World. There's a lot of punching like Wario World. There's a lot of combat like Wario World. Yeah, just honestly, if I wanted a Wario World like, there it is. And it was pretty good. And I beat it, and then I haven't played it since. So it is, you know, I've seen the DLC. It looks like ass. It looks like absolute ass. I'm not wasting any money on that. It's just a piss off. Then I picked up Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Now, I've seen a lot of people bitching and moaning online with, oh, well, you know, it's really very standard. It's this, that, and the other. It's not like Zelda. It plays like a Warriors game. If you like Warriors games, you're going to like Age of Imprisonment. I think it wraps up a lot of story points from Tears of the Kingdom that, let's be perfectly honest, that game was shit at delivering. It has a really solid, robust new mechanic with the sort of synced attacks. I think that's very cool. Basically, if 2 characters have their sync meters fulfilled, you just sort of press a button, they do like a very devastating attack together, or they power up a particular character, or they do whatever. And each one's different for each pairing, which is just very, very cool. Something I'm a big fan of. I liked King Raru. I liked Minoru. I'll be honest with you, they do have a sort of a Link character in the form of this weird-looking construct guy, which is spoilers now. Spoilers warning. Go play this. Is a fragment of the Master Sword, and yeah, he plays sort of like Link. But if there's one thing I've really noted from playing any Hyrule Warriors game is Link is the last person I play as. So he's one of the ones I really level up, but he's one of the last ones I actually play as because it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Now, I do have... I'll go into that in a minute. This is currently my game of the year. Overtaking Plucky Squire, which has held the spot since March. And it's actually a game that came out this year, so even better. But yes, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is currently my game of the year. It's one... I've sunk about 19, 20 hours into it, which for me is probably enough for a little while. That's in the span of a week, though. So, 19 to 20 hours in the span of a week kind of makes me go, yeah, okay, I'm going to put it away for the minute. There's no actual unlockable characters in the post-game, so unlike Age of Calamity, where I think there were like 2, which were the egg thing, and Calamity Ganondorf, I should say. Calamity Ganondorf. Apart from those two, that was something to strive for. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, no. Got him play as Ganondorf, which is a step down, but I actually found there were more characters in this I like playing as. I mean, in Age of Calamity, it's only really 2, which are the Great Fairies, because they're really good. And, well, to be perfectly honest with you, Impa. I like playing as Impa. Impa's a lot of fun, but yeah. Other than that, there's not really a lot in Age of Calamity that I liked as much as I like this one. I think this one's story is better. It's canon, which is the main thing. It's canon. Raru's a lot of fun to play with. Minoru, Adri, Kia. I did play Zelda quite a bit. Calamo's quite fun to play as. Unfortunately, half of the roster in this is just bog standard Hylian people. So, like, the old Zora, or the old Gerudo, or the old Goron. And quite frankly, most of them are pointless. Most of them are pointless. They don't add anything to the story. They're just kind of there as additional characters. But at the same time, Tears of the Kingdom didn't add any past characters for you to actually play as, in comparison to, say, Breath of the Wild, which went, hey, here's 4 champions, and here's Link, and here's Zelda, and here's the King, and here's a fucking Korok guy who's part of the main cast, and here's Impa, and here's her brother. Actually, I don't think her brother is playable. Oh no, here's Pura. Pura was playable, and a Guardian was playable, and there were a lot of DLC characters. I can't really see that happening here. They may do DLC for this, but I don't think so. But then again, the last 2 Hyrule Warriors games have, so who knows. I did pick up another game. So this game I wasn't originally going to pick up because I fucking hate Pokemon, but I picked up Pokemon Legends AZ, or ZA, sorry. And here's the thing. I picked up Arceus about 3 years ago now, and Arceus was really fucking boring. Because the whole fucking game is just throw Pokeballs at Pokemon. Which, here's the kicker, is fucking dull. It's extremely monotonously boring. This, on the other hand, goes, hey, here's a city that you've been to that you're actually quite fond of. I've been to Lumiose. I completed Pokemon X. I really liked Pokemon X's lore. I liked its world. I thought Lumia City was really cool. Having that city explorable is neat. The combat is actually surprisingly good. They've fixed my biggest problem with Pokemon, which is its extraordinarily boring combat. Extraordinarily boring combat. So, yeah, if the next Pokemon game has combat like this, or if Violet and Scarlet did, then great. If it has that sort of, you can maneuver, like, Ideally, you would give me control over the Pokemon in general, and it would be a case of that Pokemon would then battle. Like, you throw it out, you take control of it, and then it does different, whatever. You can avoid moves, that sort of thing. That would be the real culmination, I think, of Pokemon's combat from this. I think it would be the next logical evolution, and I really hope that's what they're going to go with, because I think that would be better than what we currently have, which is sort of pseudo-turn-based combat. That being said, it is not the prettiest game. It is not the prettiest game. It has this extremely torturous opening hour-and-a-half tutorial, which was a fucking slog. But I'm going to be honest with you, pretty much every other Pokemon game I have played is exactly the fucking same. It's exactly the fucking same. Every fucking Pokemon game, every single fucking Pokemon game treats it as if you don't know what Pokemon is. The single largest franchise on the fucking planet. Of course, nobody knows what Pokemon is. But yes, that was extremely monotonous and made me want to eat my own face. But yeah, other than that, when it did open up, I liked going around. I'd acquired about 22,000 Poké Dollars, which I then spent all on clothes, to make my character look the way I wanted them to. The customization's really cool. There's not a lot of it when you start the game, But then you get in and it goes, hey, all that money you've got, yes, here's a bunch of shops to spend it in. You can go to a cafe, you can do this, you can do that. It was cool. I like the whole building up to, so like you go into these battle zones at night and you beat a bunch of trainers to get enough points to be able to take on sort of the next step. Because it's a huge battle royale. It's like Z to A. A rank is sort of the tippy top and you get a wish. Which is just basically a corporation will do something for you if you win that battle royale. But you have to qualify for each round. So in that you go around, you beat a bunch of Pokemon trainers within a select area of the city, and then you sort of move on to do that preliminary fight, and you take the next step up. Currently I'm on W. Cool. I'm ranked W. Missed Z. Missed X. That's weird. Oh well. Yeah, you skip a couple ranks here and there. I think it jumps from, like, F to, like, C at one point. Or, I don't know. I haven't got that far into it. But, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Coming into a Pokemon game after an extremely long time away is different. I've been out of Pokemon since 2014. So, like, 10 years. I beat X and Y, and then I sold my 2DS and that as well. And then I tried to get into Sword and Shield, and it was fucking shit. I tried to get into Arceus, it was fucking shit. I tried to get back into X and Y, it was fucking shit. Couldn't do it. And I tried. And then I ummed and ahed about getting Violet and Scarlet for me and my wife. Couldn't be bothered. Really couldn't be bothered. And, yeah. So, as a result, I was like, oh my god, am I going to actually buy this? I didn't actually buy it, I traded it in. And I went, I kind of want to have a 6th Switch 2 game by the end of the year. So I'm going to buy that and see how it is. It's okay. It's okay. It is a solid 7 out of 10. And for a Pokemon game, that's probably not good. But for me, coming back into Pokemon, not being the biggest fan of it anymore, yeah, it works. That leads us to our 6th and final game of all the games I bought this year. I'd recommend buying pretty much all of these except for Mario Kart World. That game is trash and not worth 50 quid. It's not even worth 20. I'm going to wait until it's like £10, if ever. Maybe I'll trade it, who knows. But yeah, Kirby Air Riders is a vastly superior racing game for the Switch 2. It's a remake of it's not a remake, it's a sequel to Kirby Air Ride for the GameCube, which I have played a bit. Yes, probably had one of the very earliest Battle Royale modes. So you have this giant map called City Trial, and the idea is you sort of race around like crazy, grabbing up as many power-ups as you possibly can to do like a final fight or a final some sort of mini game. I haven't actually tried the City Trial in this because I've only had this for about 4 days, and I've been playing the road trip mode. So the road trip mode is it's kind of a combination of the 3 modes. So you've got racing, City Trial, and top-down racing. Weirdly enough, top-down racing is probably the one I actually enjoy the most, which is weird because it's probably the mode from the first game that was the least developed and the least fun. I'd argue the races in the first game were probably my favourite, then City Trial, then the top one, but it's all the other way around. I really like the top ride. Which is weird. Like, I'm not a big fan of top-down races, but there's something about Kirby Air Riders that's just a hell of a lot of fun. I think it's because Master Attacker. Oh, it's in the console. That's I was like, where'd the game go? Yes, it's in the console. Worth it. I mean, to be fair, the last 3 Switch games I bought have all been like under 60 quid, which isn't bad. That's okay. Like, for a brand new game, under 60 quid, yeah, okay. I mean, to be fair, I only bought 2 of these this year, 2 of these this month, but yeah. I mean, yeah, if you handed me Kirby Air Riders and Merry Christmas, I'd be like, thanks, awesome. It is worth it. It is a good, solid game. Whether or not it's on my top 5 for the year, we'll see. Probably not. But, yeah, So we're 6 months down. We're 6 months down for the Switch 2. What are my overall thoughts? Wait 6 months. Wait 6 months, if not a year. Because I think I said in my... Yeah, I might have mentioned it. I might have mentioned it last week in my video for the Games Room tour. I think I said there's like 2 games. 2. There's 2 for next year that I'm actually tangentially interested in, and that's because one is a Fire Emblem game. Specifically, it's a Fire Emblem sequel. It's not a sequel. Sequel, prequel. Sequel or prequel to Three Houses, which is flat out my favourite Fire Emblem game of all time. So long as it plays like Fire Emblem, not like fucking Engage, I'll be happy. Because fuck Engage. Other than that, there's only really Splatoon Raiders, and that's kind of it. Other than... So, yeah. Wait 6 months, get at least 4 out of these 5. Well, get these 4. Get these 4. You can get Cyberpunk on anything, but I think that's worth it. That's okay. That's amazing. And that is stellar. I can't comment on Metroid Prime 4. It will not have arrived at the time of this being released, so I may give my thoughts on that another week. We will see. Probably not. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll go, you know what? This is the Metroid game that made me like Metroid, which will be slightly concerning for a lot of people because I fucking hate Metroid. So it will be interesting to play that game. If at the very least I'm going to get the Silex amiibo because I'm a massive Metroid Prime Hunters fan. All that fucking game needed was a multiplayer mode to really win me over, but no, not going to happen, my friends, which is great. Or some sort of remake of Hunters would have been really cool. But anyway, wait 6 months or a year, then buy this thing. It is still good build quality. The magnets have not degraded in 6 months, which is... that is still not coming off. But other than that, yeah, like... There are at least 3 games on here that are worth getting. Hyrule Warriors is really good if you like a Warriors game. Kirby Air Riders is really good if you like races. And Donkey Kong Bonanza, regardless of what you like, is a fucking fun time. So yeah. Brilliant. I think next week I'm going to step up because I've done a few newer systems. Been playing a lot of newer games recently. So I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to look at some games that I've not touched in a while. So yeah, until then, I'll see you next time.